Great response from our team today. Proud of that on a quick turnaround. I think that bodes well for us, and we feel like we're making progress each time out, and this is probably our best one to date. So, but we're going to keep getting better as we go forward. So, really pleased with the result. Proud of the way the guys played and competed. Did a great job on the glass, which is a big emphasis for us. And, so we're happy to get out here with one today.
Questions for student athletes?
Tomislav, I want to start with you. At some point, I'll quit asking questions, prefacing like this. I know you're 23, but you are a freshman. You just set a freshman rebounding record. I know you've played in big games in Croatia. I know rebounding's your thing, but what was it about tonight that a guy who's only been 2 weeks in college basketball was able to dominate down low as much as you did?
We were talking before about the game that we need to take care of the glass because they are physical, they are big, strong. So I tried to take care of that, and fortunately I did a pretty good job, and I'm happy about it. And also my team helped me to do that. We were preparing. We didn't have much time to prepare, but we were strict about the points that we need to do to win this game. It was tough and physical, but at the end, we got to win.
You hit a three.
Yeah, finally.
So I quit asking about that too.
Back-to-back games.
I know, back-to-back games. One more for you. That the guys getting you the ball down low today. I know different game plans, different matchups call for different things. I don't know how often you were fed down low yesterday. Tonight, they got the ball to you. They made it a point to get you the ball quite a bit. How was the entry passes? How was the point guards? How much did they help you with what you did tonight?
To be honest, yesterday they were hedging, so I couldn't get the ball as easy as today, and they were doubling every time I got the ball. That's what at least I thought. And today, our guys did also a better job to pass it. I appreciate them too. And today they were just leaving me 1-on-1, and I tried to do the best for my team to win.
You're 5'11". I was going to say 5'10". I don't know exactly what the actual number is, but you're a 5'11" freshman. You're not supposed to play like that against SEC teams, and you don't seem to care or know any better. You just keep running right at them. Did you have any thought about maybe not driving the paint as much as you did tonight?
Oh, no. Just the coaches having confidence in me, just telling me to be aggressive. Just helps me every single day, every game. So
this is a game that you guys were questioned quite a bit yesterday, right? I mean, be it media, be it fans. I hope you guys weren't on social media yesterday, but that first half yesterday was a bad first half. And a lot of people were making their opinions known. I'm curious how much of what happened yesterday was a motivating factor for you guys making sure today you clean things up.
Yeah, I thought it was a great bounce back game. We just got to move on to the next game. We weren't satisfied with yesterday. We were satisfied with today too, but we have a lot more to show. So.
Other questions for?
How big was it to kind of get Antonio going there right away?
Yeah, he got off to a great start. He's always someone we want to get involved. His ability to shoot the basketball and score efficiently is important for our team, and so it was great to get him off to a good start.
Any other questions for student athletes? All right, you guys good. Questions for Coach?
I'll ask you the same thing I asked them. I mean, yesterday was what it was. We made more of it than I know you guys do sometimes in the locker room, but how important was it to give the fans that showed up here? And the fans back home were showing tonight that wasn't like the first half was yesterday.
I mean, we always want to play good basketball, right? Like, that's our goal every time out is to play good basketball. And, we're a work in progress as a group, and we haven't been as consistent as we want to be. But our focus is really just on playing good basketball. And, that's the part that we can control. That's the part that we can work on. And, I understand fandom, you know what I mean? And people are going to react when we play well and at the times we don't play well. And, and our job is to focus on the things that we can control. And those reactions aren't one of those things. So we're just going to focus on continuing to improve as a team and keep our head down. I love the way our guys work. And, just really happy for the guys to get a result because they've been working at it and we haven't been playing our best, but it was good to grind this one out.
Was getting Tomislav as involved as he was tonight any more of an emphasis than it normally is? I know you want to do that every game, but was it a little more of an emphasis tonight for any reason?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't like we went into the game like, hey, we gotta feed Tomislav. I think some of that was coverage. We're trying to take what the defense gives us every time. We want him involved because he's a good player, and I thought he just kind of had an aggressive mindset. We try to do a couple things to get him going a little early, but it wasn't like, hey, this is something we want to, just consistently feed him. But I liked the way he was aggressive off the dribble. He was able to find some angles in there, and then obviously the job he did on the glass was really impressive.
Uriah's the guy that got the start tonight. Obviously, circumstances were getting him aside. Uriah getting the start as a freshman. He is the third freshman to start for you guys this year. You guys started 3 freshmen in the lineup tonight. I think that's the first time since
2018, 7 years.
7 years that you guys have 3 freshmen in the starting lineup. Like, you guys are in an era where you're not supposed to. I've asked you similar stuff before, but in an era where like freshmen are sort of the forgotten player in college basketball, you guys have 3 in your starting lineup tonight. Is there anything that speaks to in how you built this team, that you have 3 freshmen ready to go from day one?
I think, it's just a credit to them for being good players. We're just trying to, accumulate a roster that makes sense, and those guys are part of that, and they're playing well. And, not all freshmen are ready to make the kind of impact that those guys are, but we have a few that can, and we really believe in them. Not just their talent, but their approach to it, the way they work. Like, those guys put in the work, and so we trust them, and we believe in them, and so we're just trying to empower them to play good basketball. But I don't know that it's anything specific like, oh, we have freshmen. Like, I think it bodes well for the future because we want to build through retention. We want to build with those guys. So and I think they know that, and I think they're excited about that same vision.
Was it nice to have Dayton's scoring punch kind of in that second unit and give you guys kind of a spark?
Yeah, having Dayton's great. He's a good player, and he puts a ton of pressure on the rim. Draws fouls, gets to the free throw line. Had a great take in transition, to kind of take the lead there late. The more Dayton, the better.
Yes, the coach.
Yeah, 46-36 rebounding. I asked you about rebounding a lot, and you guys beat an SEC team on the boards. How important was it? It wasn't just Tomislav either. Obviously you had 20 of them, but you guys were rebounding. That's not a lot. But you guys rebounded pretty well tonight. Anything you did differently today to make sure that rebounding was?
I thought our guys just, it was something that we emphasized, obviously, because they're so good on the offensive glass, and they've had a lot of success there, and so we knew it was a kind of a pain point, so to speak, going into the game. So it's good that we did a great job there because we didn't win the turnover battle, right? So kind of going into that game, we felt like just based on the early part of this season, maybe we could have an advantage in the turnover margin and just try to, like, if we're even in the glass and we can be positive in the turnovers, we're in a good place. And that kind of went the other way. So credit to our guys for, being flexible with the game and like not just having one way to win. I think if you want to be a good team, which we're working towards, I think you have to have different ways that you can win. And so this is a really positive sign for us going forward.
They're obviously really good players individually. Jaden has struggled early. He had a really bad concussion that threw him off early the first 3 games of the season and kind of found his stride out here in Kansas City from an individual performance standpoint. Josh is, an all-SEC type player. Everybody knows that follows, us or our league knows how good he is. And they're both very capable of that and more. It wasn't something that we saw. We expect those guys to, play well, and obviously they both have to play well for us to be successful. We're struggling to find, some consistency with someone to join the scoring column on a consistent basis. We just, we got enough guys that can average 5 or 6, but we need at least a third guy to kind of emerge to be a double-figure scorer for us going forward.
Is there anybody that you'd like to see kind of take that step?
Yeah, a bunch of them. We've got quite a few candidates. I don't look at it like that. I don't try to force it like that. I want it to happen organically, and it hasn't yet. I think Quincy might have had 10 last night, and then he didn't tonight. He had 6 and 6, but he played 19 minutes. And Brandon Walker obviously can score the ball. We know that. It's everything else that we've got to get better at with him. So we'll see. But we need some more consistent. We can't. Josh and Jaden are really good, but to expect them to have 50 combined, every single night is probably a little bit too much to ask.
Would you just like what you saw at Brandon tonight? He made some pretty big plays.
Yeah, he did. He looked comfortable out there, and he obviously had some nice baskets and a really nice assist, and he was pretty energized defensively. And what he's going to have to get used to better is just, tonight wasn't quite the same, but playing against some of the size that he's going to have to play against going forward, and he's got to figure out how he can adjust his game that way.
What will be some of the areas of focus for you guys in practice over the next while?
Yeah, unfortunately, as much as it pains me to say, our rebounding is not where it has to be. That was the thing we talked about the most at halftime was, we were getting trashed on the glass, and felt like if we could stop fouling and having better technique guarding the ball, it really beat us up at the line and in the rebounding. And other than that, I thought, we were in a pretty good spot. But those are things that are on the top of my mind.
A couple more if you got. Yeah, Tomislav Buljan is a freshman for them, but he's a 23-year-old freshman. Does he look like a guy that's been through some pro league games in Croatia?
No, for sure. He just owned the glass. Wow. 21 rebounds, if I'm not mistaken. And just they went to him when it seemed like, and then I thought, number one, Albuquerque, obviously is from film is quick and downhill, and he was like as good as advertised in terms of getting to the charge circle, and then he made the three. That was a big shot. But Buljan was a handful for us. We got, he, in my opinion, he made the biggest shot of the game when he made that three.
They've been turning teams over all the time. Eric was able to do that last year at UC San Diego on a much lower level, but they've turned everybody over so far this year. You guys only had 7 turnovers tonight. Was there something specific that you guys were able to sort of figure out with what they do defensively to turn people over?
I don't think so. We made better decisions tonight. It's been an issue for us. We've been the highest turnover team that we've had since I've been here, at least this far in the season. So certainly it was a tiny silver lining for us not to turn the ball over at a alarming rate. But I didn't think that we did anything special, against them to have that result.